do it. Evan Wick, the #1 seed. It's a West Coast matchup as he takes on Shane Griffith. And the feisty sophomore Keegan O'Toole sees Cam Amin from Michigan.
Evan Wick has had a lot of success against Shane Griffith to this point this season. He has wrestled tremendously well, and Wick, when he gets on top of you, he tortures you with his legs. But Griffith right away tries to change the tone of the match by attacking his offense right immediately.
Yeah, just jumps right in there on a single leg here, came out the back door and really finished it pretty easily. You know, how tough is that to beat a national champion? What would it be now, 3 times? 4 times?
Wick is 3-0 against Griffith, and he beat him in the Pac-12 finals 8-7.
Yeah,
well, it's one of the closer ones. Yeah, it got closer and closer because early in the year he beat him 5-0, 5-1. Wick was getting the better of him, but now you can see that Shane has kind of figured out the puzzle a little bit, knows how he wants to approach a match against Evan Wick. O'Toole's in on a nice high crotch right now. I mean, he's doing a good job of trying to set the corner, but no, O'Toole did a great job of floating his hips, not allowing him to freestyle. You know, when you look at these Amin boys, they're really good international style wrestlers. But when you wrestle a kid like Keegan O'Toole, who was the world champion last year, he understands position, he understands danger, and he found a way to finish that takedown.
Look at that Merkle position there by Griffith. He gets a second takedown. Beautiful job on that off of the shot of Wick. Dragged him by, came over the top, head and arm. And this is a new match.
Coach, from this morning, we talked about this from sitting in the stands as fans. You told me how different these matches play out here opposed to what we see during the year. And once again, Shane Griffith down 3-0 to Evan Wick over the course of the season is now up 4-2.
You know, it's one of those situations, too, you know, when Evan Wick knew he was going to get the #1 seed, probably wasn't entirely happy that this guy was on his bracket here, and once again he's in on the leg, on the edge.
That was a really nice re-attack there by Griffith.
Yep. As they come out, they try to free up that right ankle. Can he do that? Keep doing a good job of keeping his balance, not falling off to the side.
And watching Griffith last year, Coach, the Stanford singlet turned inside out, black. That was one of those times where we were truly, everybody in the wrestling community was happy to see him become a national champion.
It's like Jaden Cox said yesterday, it's great to see the logo again. Now reverse, but actually takedown there by to go behind by Wick, so he ties it up 4-4.
And this is danger. This is danger for Griffith. He has to recognize, I cannot let that right leg slip in. Wick rides the legs, but he rides it high on the thigh. When he locks out the hip and he starts to go to his offense.
That moment last year when the crowd chanted in unison to keep Stanford wrestling was one of the most surreal moments I think I'll ever see, because there are rarely unifying moments in sports, except for when people are calling for stalling in the crowd, that too. But after that, now Shane Griffith comes back and he's just the 6th Stanford wrestler to be a multiple-time All-American against Wick, who goes back home to California, wrestling for John Cerritos at Cal Poly, wrestling with his brother there, Luca, and trying to become a national champion as Cal Poly has 2 semifinalists for the first time since 2004. We'll see Bernie Truax later.
How was it for you guys being in the building when that happened? Like, I mean, was it just like goosebumps?
DC, there was 2,500 people there. They sounded like 19,000.
Really?
Yep.
It must have just like gave you chills. Yeah. Because I know what it felt like at home watching. Right? I know what it felt like at home, and I was like, man, that must have been a tremendous moment.
Griffith doing a nice job of keeping his pockets clean, that area here between the elbow. See how he's blocked that right leg from coming in? He's got to do that, but see how Wick comes over the top with that tight wrist ride here. He's going to turn into him here. Can he go ahead and do a little hand fighting? Now that leg comes in. And as you mentioned here, high on the thigh. Far ankle. Figure 4s it right there with the right ankle behind the crook of the knee. And he spreads them out there. A lot of pressure there, and he's working the other side of the body as well.
Wick is so long, and he's so physical, and he's so strong that when he starts to wrench on you, when he starts to drive his hips into you and grabbing your hand, I mean, it's so difficult to take control of somebody's hand and place it on the mat when they don't want it to happen. And Evan Wick has made a habit of this. This is a part of his style.
Yeah, he put so much weight on his opponent's hands. He's carrying his weight right there, and you saw that big attack right there. He's able to break him down. Really hard ride. Now all the way up to 103.
Quinn said to us earlier that there might be more pressure on the parents at times based on the looks on their faces than the wrestlers. and Evan Wick said after his win this morning, his dad's superstition is to take a 3-mile run around town after each one of his matches just to try and stay calm.
This dude has run. He's run 12 miles this week. Oh my goodness!
He's lucky we're in Fool's Spring here in Detroit, where the weather was up in the 70s earlier this week.
Oh my goodness! O'Toole's kind of cruising here, up 3-0. You know, watching Keegan O'Toole last year get through the World Championships, cradling dudes, barring dudes. It was. I mean, it just showed you how special Keegan O'Toole really is. Young man. Grew up in the Ben Askren Wrestling Academy, and gonna be the best alumni Ben has had to this point. But I'm telling you, man, this young man here from Missouri is truly doing his mentor very proud with the way that he's competed over the first couple of years of his college career.
Really brought folk style attacks and attempts, and being able to turn a man to the next level.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
His semifinal match, it was a close match. He puts the dude in the cradle. Suicide rolls and pins him.
And O'Toole's a 2-time conference champ now. He won it in the MAC last year. Mizzou keeps winning conference championships. They moved to the Big 12, and Brian Smith's Tigers won their 11th straight conference title.
Brian Smith has created a beautiful culture in Missouri wrestling. He has done a tremendous job of making these kids believers, understanding that they can do and win, whether it's the MAC, Big 12, NCAA. These kids believe that they can compete, and it shows when they step out there. And you see it in Keegan O'Toole.
"90 seconds on the left side. Griffith and Wick, when they met at the Pac-12 championships, separated by just a point. 90 seconds of riding time, though, for Wick of Cal Poly.
Good work here by Cam Amin. He's diving in on a leg here. He's got a little bit of elevation back, and you see Griffith there.
Yep.
Same shot he was able to score on early.
Yeah, Coach, but earlier we had somebody wrestle one of the lighter weights. You say nobody's better at hiding their ankles when they come up in this Iranian position. Griffith's not doing a great job of hiding his ankles.
Right.
So Wick just keeps reaching down and grabbing it, and he's extending his position to the point that he's making Shane struggle to finish when Shane should be scoring these takedowns.
Mean able to hit that blast double at the quarterfinals, where he was able to go ahead and beat Alex Marinelli in overtime. Does he have that type of magic in him here? Straight on shot.
Riding time point locked in for Wick. Short time, third period. He's up 6-5.
And again, he's comfortable here. He's holding that far ankle. He's just not letting Griffin advance the position. Hold on to that far ankle and just keep wrestling. As Griffin gets down on the leg again with 6 seconds to go. Oh, he got 2.
He's going to get it.
Oh,
Griffith's got it! Shane Griffith!
Wow, you just can't keep that man down.
The challenge brick is thrown from the Cal Poly corner, but as it stands, the defending champ is going back to the finals.
That challenge brick can go right back to Chris, because that was a takedown, and his right foot was inside the boundaries. That is a takedown for the defending champion, Shane Griffith. Let's get that replay, boys. Boys in the truck.
He saved the program, and he just saved his season.
Yes, he absolutely did, Mike. Shane Griffith with magic, that cardinal magic at the end of the match, to send him back to the championships.
Look at the burst though at the end, guys. Okay, Wick gives up that ankle. Looks like he's in a secure position. Short time, dives back in on that leg, and then one more diving attempt here to the far ankle there.
Oh, he might have dragged out of bounds, Coach. But the hand stays in, right?
Hands stays in.
Yep.
Hands of Wick were still in.
Coach, watch this here. Watch Shane Griffith's elbow. When he redives, watch his elbow go to the mat here. Elbow go to the mat. Look, pin the leg. Pins the leg.
And
now you can go to your offense.
Dive.
And, elbows inside, hands inside. Is it conclusive enough to change, Coach? You tell me. You're the expert.
I give him the 2. I give
give
the
him the 2,
benefit of the
Coach?
doubt to the guy who takes the shot.
Let's go. I mean, you're the guy with the national title, so we got to all listen to you.
Really close.
It's close.
You know, did he have enough of that weight on the other side of the body there? So is it enough to change it on the mat?
Scott Hall has the call.
That's 2.
Shane Griffin is going back to the finals.
Wow.
Unbelievable.